Ever wonder what it really takes to make the big bucks on Instagram? If that's you, let's dive in. When it comes to business success, whether you are building online, in person, or a combination of both, it really ultimately comes down to these four things. And then when you stay till the end of the episode, I'll share with you how specifically you can make these four components work inside of your Instagram business machine, whether you have a handful of followers or hundreds and thousands of followers, because I probably don't have to tell you that chasing popularity metrics is not the same as chasing profitability metrics. In fact, I can't tell you how many people have slid into my DMs who have hundreds and thousands of followers, 10 times more than I do, asking me how to monetize. While a handful of us who have less than 1,000 followers are quietly crushing it, generating hundreds and thousands of dollars in revenue. Now, coach, I share this with you for educational purposes. These are my results. These are my clients' results. And I share them so that you are clear that the process is proven. So let's dive in. Number one, your offers and your profitable offer stack. Now, most coaches, they get this wrong. They think, oh, my membership, my coaching, my one-on-one, that's not an offer. People are not laying awake at night thinking, oh, I just can't wait to get this membership. That's not an offer. An offer is a presentation of an ask. An offer is a proposal to a potential client of a contracted promise to get a specific desired outcome to solve a specific problem. Now, you often hear people say, attract people with a problem and sell them the solution. And I think it's because of that really fun alliteration. However, what we really want to do is attract people with a problem and sell them the transformation that your solution is going to provide for them. And it's not going to be a transformation that they need or that you want them to want. It's the transformation that your client wants. And the main components of your offer that you really want to be evaluating, whether it's low ticket or high ticket, is what is the speed of implementation required to get the desired outcome to solve the problem? Meaning you want to generate more revenue and you want to stand apart, then what are the components of your offer that you can make faster? How can you help your client get their desired outcome faster, more convenient, or easier? Now, this doesn't mean we're going to promise quick fixes. We're not saying blink and you're going to you lose 100 pounds. That's not what we're saying. What we are saying and what you do need to look at is what are the components of your offer that are going to help them buy into the process, trust the process, show that they're actually getting results. So if they've got Mount Everest to climb as an example, then the first summit is going to be what you are really getting them excited about so that they can trust that the process is proven. Next up, messaging, and more specifically, the communication of your offer. When you can demonstrate and communicate that your offer is 10 times worth the asking investment, then this is part of what makes your offer a no-brainer. You make the offer so irresistible, it becomes easy to sell, and bonus if it's fun to deliver. And we need to communicate the right offer to the right person at the right time. And when you dial this in and nail this, you can generate sales every single day, even when you're sleeping. So this is the third component that's really important, which is your numbers. You need to know your numbers as a business. And I have my clients track 1 to 6 metrics. So 2 metrics for traffic, 2 metrics for leads, and 2 sales metrics to determine the performance. You need to know how well the business machine that you have built is doing. Doesn't matter if you're building online, in person, or a combination of both, Instagram, Facebook, it doesn't matter the vehicle, but the structure that is the foundation of your business matters. And when you know your numbers and you see how well your numbers are performing, this is how you can make discerning, data-driven decisions to assess how healthy and well the business is doing. That way, when you build your profitable plan, you pull it all together and your business ends up running like a machine, generating revenue every single day. And you no longer have to feel reactive and urgent because the data is going to show you what needs to improve. And then the fourth and most important component that a lot of people talk about, but some people miss, which is you, the management of you and the energy of you. Now, a lot of people in the personal development world, in my opinion, they really tap into this. You need to be a different identity and you need to be, do, have, and you need to step into a different identity, but that's not true. You need to remember who you are and step into the version of you that already exists, that is already confident and feeling competent. Now, your confidence will grow when you feel competent. So look for the ways that you are competent and watch your confidence grow. It's really important to also remember when we're talking about management of you is how you navigate through disappointment. Because the truth of the matter is that most people will say no. And that's a good thing. You don't want everyone to say no. You want your people to say yes. The problem that most smart and struggling coaches get into without even realizing it is they're spending so much time focusing on all the people that said no instead of pouring into the people that are there and saying yes. This is actually part of the reason why I stopped launching, because I was getting into that feast and famine cycle of launching and feeling like I need to get 10 people, I need to get 20 people, 20 people, 20 people. As soon as I get these 20 people, then I'm going to be able to stop doing my one-on-one consultations. And so then what would happen is I would launch, I would pour all this energy into it, and then I would get 10 people. And I would think, oh, I can't believe I've only got 10 people, not celebrating the 10 people who said yes to themselves. This is why I started to put together that permission-based, pressure-free sales system that takes what it takes until it takes. Because when you build that inside of your business and you no longer have to feel that feast and famine cycle of when am I going to get that next client and I need to generate tons of launch revenue, none of that. Instead, you get paid to acquire leads and you can bring in new clients of upwards of 1 to 5 new clients per week. And while your success is inevitable as a business, so are your perceived failures. You're going to make decisions and choices that maybe weren't the best at that moment in time, which, hindsight's always 2020. So it's not that the successful people that you look up to don't have setbacks or failures. They do. They just get up and move through them faster, and they know where to look because they're paying attention to their numbers. So then we use a plan to pull it all together. So let's specifically talk about how we make this work on Instagram. So first and foremost, you need to know what is your offer stack. Now, what I like to teach my clients is free content as well as accessible options. So this is where you have a low ticket offer and you have low ticket leads where you just directly ask them to purchase. And then you have your premium offer. And your premium offer is usually going to be after a sales mechanism. So here's my language so that you've got content. Content is used throughout your business, whether it's paid content or free content. So you have your top of funnel content that's designed to attract people who never heard of you before and connect with them. Not build, know, like, and trust and add value, which people get twisted. I mean, actually connect with them as an authority, meaning they, on a subconscious level, they think, oh, you get my problem. That must mean you know how to solve it. Value in terms of giving them results in advance and providing a gap. So they have a clear path to saying yes to themselves and taking the next action and making the next decision. So for Instagram, you need to know what is your offer stack that you have right now, that you are carrying people through this customer journey. That's number one. Then number two, we need to take a look at the messaging. Can you get more specific in the problem you solve, the outcome you deliver, the way that you deliver it, and then who these offers are for? And then what I like to do for my clients and for me is organize my content to carry people through a customer journey on Instagram, and it works like an accordion. So I'll do a reach post, a lead post, and a buy post. You could do 3 a day and just go through that spectrum, or you could do, 1 reach post, 1 lead post, and 1 buy post every other day. Or you can do it in terms of a macro and micro, where it's reach post, next week is lead post, and next week is buy post. It can work like an accordion. But for me, I like to do macro and micro cycle of content around my long form, and then I use my short form to reach. Now, when I'm organizing my content, it's important to recognize that there are 2 levels of problem awareness. You have people that are in a problem that either they don't know about it or they're doing all the wrong things to fix it. So maybe level one, they don't know what the real problem is. Maybe level two, they do know what the real problem is, but they're doing all the wrong things to fix it. So you'll have content that's designed to meet level one people where they're at and designed to meet level two people where they're at. You can't get this wrong, but what happens and what I see a lot on social is that people are not intentional and they're not even aware of what type of content piece they're trying to create, because not all pieces of content have the same intention. Some pieces of content will be designed to reach more people. Pieces of content will be designed for more leads, and some pieces of content will be designed to be promotional and ask people to make a buying decision. Yes, there's going to be ripple effects of different pieces of content. Some will be designed to do different things or the same things. But what I have noticed is that oftentimes a promotional piece of content does not have as much engagement. Doesn't mean it doesn't matter. It does matter and it is needed. It just doesn't have as much engagement, which isn't a bad thing. However, when people are not sure what the intention is of their post, they tend to measure performance based on metrics that don't match. So a client will say to me, oh, this post doesn't work. And when I'm looking at the post, I'll see, oh, that's because you asked them to make a buying decision. And then you are determining that it doesn't work because you didn't get the reach and the likes and the engagement. So you are using engagement metrics to determine the performance of a buying post. Because the truth is, my most highest converting posts are often the ones that have the least likes and the least views and the least engagement. But I know that people are purchasing from them because I can see the purchases come in and they DM me and say, hey, I saw this post and this is me. That's why I bought this course. And right now, with the use of short form, I have people buying from me all the time that don't even follow me. And the way that the algorithms are now on social and Instagram specifically, they're so sophisticated that you can be served content from a content creator that you love that you don't even realize you don't follow. And then lastly, what we want to do is we want to use a purposeful plan, a systematic process that lays out the structure, the systems to make the structure work, and a strategy that helps you save time, both in content creation as well as in offer delivering, so you can generate more revenue. So really, if you're curious and want to know how this proven process could work for you, then be sure to schedule a free profit plan. By the end of the plan, you'll walk away with clarity on why specifically you've been struggling, how specifically to fix it, and a step-by-step blueprint to help you start generating more revenue, whether you're starting or scaling.